Tonight, we're learning the Frontier jet that carried the Ebola patient went back and forth to Cleveland before it was taken out of service. Take a look. It carried her between Dallas and Cleveland, then took 5 additional trips. We sent Night Beat's Cate Cauguiran to find out, are people on board those planes at risk? Kate?
Well, Veronica, the short answer is no. As for that nurse diagnosed, or the second nurse diagnosed with Ebola, earlier, as you heard in the 2-minute mix, and earlier today, the CDC director says she shouldn't have been traveling on a commercial airline. But, Veronica, tonight we're learning that nurse called the CDC several times saying she had a slight fever. So the CDC knew Amber Vinson had a slight fever and she was about to fly.
If they knew that she was one of the people being monitored, she should never have been allowed to travel.
But the CDC let her anyway. We know the second patient traveled on a flight from Cleveland to Dallas a day before she started exhibiting any symptoms. The question now, what do people aboard that same flight have to worry about? Dr. Lee Riley, professor of infectious diseases at UC Berkeley, answers our questions. For example, what if she drank from a water glass and handed it to a flight attendant? Would that flight attendant be at risk? Or what if she coughed and then touched the window shade, and with those same hands touched the overhead bin compartment? Or would the passenger next to her be at risk for simply sharing an armrest?
Patient might have touched. That's not really going to contribute to further transmission.
There's always a risk she used the bathroom and didn't wash her hands.
I hope that kind of scenario doesn't occur, but if the person is not symptomatic or relatively early in the phase of exposure, it's probably not a big risk.
That Frontier plane is being decontaminated, and the airline warned all passengers aboard that day. But the doctor says, bottom line, these passengers really don't have anything to worry about.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Now, House Speaker John Boehner is calling for a temporary ban on all flights from countries with the Ebola outbreak. Veronica, back to you.
All right, Kate, so what should people do if they were actually on this flight or maybe know someone who was?
Well, so far, Veronica, the CDC is asking any passengers above Frontier Flight 1143 to call a special hotline, and that number will be provided on our website, and that's nightbeat.tv.
All right, Kate, we appreciate that. Thank you.